Arizona is one of more than 20 states that's raising the minimum wage today, with Tucson to see even more of a jump. News 4 Tucson's Eric Fink explains.
In 2016, Arizona voters passed Prop 206, which lifted the then $8.05 minimum wage to $12 an hour by 2020, and then adjusting for inflation every year afterwards. This year, as we start 2022, the minimum wage is just shy of $13 an hour. And last November, Tucson voters said yes to $15 in just a few years.
Your money is worth less every year. Unless you get a raise, you're getting a pay cut.
CJ Boyd led the winning Tucson Fight for 15 campaign. Tucson will see a minimum wage hike to $15 an hour on January 1st, 2025. And as we begin the new year, the minimum wage goes up for all of Arizona to $12.80, as inflation is at its highest peak in 40 years.
We're glad that in 2016, the statewide minimum wage that passed included an adjustment for cost of living, inflation. That's a good thing. However, we know, of course, it's going up that much because the inflation this year has been pretty historic. I mean, we haven't seen this level of inflation since 1982.
Tucson employees will see a jump to $13 an hour in April. But with rising prices at the pumps and everywhere else, Boyd knows the raise will be tough for people to feel.
That really, unfortunately, does cut into it, right? Because now instead of going from a $12.15 an hour raise to $13 and having, closing that gap a bit for folks who are really struggling right now, it's only raising it 20 cents.
Beginning in 2023, Tucson's minimum wage jumps to $13.50 and then $14.25 in 2024 before getting to $15 3 years from now. The Tucson Chamber of Commerce opposed last year's ballot measure.
The chamber has always not been too in favor of government mandated price floors or wage floors. So we prefer to see the market dictate what the wages are.
Michael Guyman says this will ultimately do more harm than good.
All it does is sets up a situation where businesses in the city and businesses in the county and other jurisdictions are now treated differently. We already have a statewide solution. Why do we need a localized solution?
It passed overwhelmingly. I think we had like 64% in the polls. That's great. There's still more to do.
On 4th Avenue, I'm Eric Fink, News 4 Tucson.